What's up, everybody? I just want to do a quick little devo here, a little devotional here. Um, I just wanted to, in the Bible, Jesus talks about following him in the Bible. He says, "If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and pick up his cross and follow me." Well, what does that mean? To follow Christ? I mean, you could look at it physically, right? Of maybe he's walking somewhere and you're following him. That's cool. But if you guys have ever played that game when you guys were younger, follow the leader or monkey see monkey do. Everything that the leader would do, the followers would also do. So if the leader would jump, the followers would jump. If the leader would walk this way, the followers would walk that way. So whatever the leader would do, the followers would do. And Jesus said, "If any man come after me, let him deny himself." Deny self-denial, deny himself, and pick up his cross and follow me. Um, the the very the most significant thing that Jesus did was resurrect the dead, resurrect Lazarus. That was one of the most significant things, miracles that Jesus did. Did anybody follow that? Now let's before we get into all that, remember in the Bible, sleep is a symbol for death. You find things in like Psalms 13 and verse 3 where it talks about sleeping the sleep of death. Or I think it's in Deuteronomy 28 or 20. I think it's in Deuteronomy 28 or I think it's in Deuteronomy 28 where God calls Moses up to the mountain, and he said he told Moses that he's not going to be able to go across the he's not going to be able to go into the physical promised land, because before Israel goes into the physical promised land, Moses is going to have to die, or he's going to have to sleep with his fathers. He's going to die, right? So in the Bible, sleep is a symbol for death. Also in the Bible, a woman is a symbol for the church. You find things in Jeremiah 6 and verse 2 where God calls Israel a comely and delicate woman. Also in Ephesians, when Paul says, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church." Now remember, a church is not the physical building. The physical building is the church. That's true, but the physical building is only the church because it holds the people, God's people. So the church is God's people. It's not just the physical building. So get that in mind, right? So sleep means death in the Bible, and a woman in the Bible means the church. Now, again, Jesus, one of the most significant things he did was resurrect the dead. He resurrected Lazarus, and there was one more. It was another person. It was the daughter of someone. I forgot who it was, but it was a young girl, the daughter of someone. He resurrected her too. If the apostles were to follow Christ, was there an example of the apostles or the disciples doing the same things that Christ did? There was Peter. Remember, he was, I think it's in Acts verse 9 or in Acts chapter 9. Peter resurrected Tabitha. If we can go to the account, Peter had resurrected Tabitha. In the Greek, her name was I forgot what her name was in the Greek. I think it's like Dorius or something like that. It's in Acts 2. Let me find it real quick. No, Acts 9. Acts 9. Here's what it says. So Tabitha was already dead, and Peter was in the same. I think he was in the same vicinity as Tabitha's family where she died. And here's what Peter went into the room. It was the upper room, the upper chamber. Here's what it says. Peter put them all forth. He told everybody to leave because he wanted to pray for Tabitha, and kneeled down and prayed. And turning him to the body, said, "Tabitha, arise." And she opened her eyes. And when she saw Peter, she sat up. Now, this girl's been dead. And Peter had so much faith in God that she resurrected when he prayed for her. She resurrected when he prayed for her. That's the physical. What's the spiritual application? What's the spiritual application? application. What is death in the Bible? Sleep. Sleep is a symbol for death. What is a woman in the Bible? Church. Woman in the Bible is church. Sleep, symbol for death. Who did Peter resurrect? Are we supposed to follow the examples of Christ? And if we're following the examples of Christ, and the apostles are following the examples of Christ, I believe that Peter and all the apostles are the type of us as the anti-type. If you guys get what I'm saying. Think about it. Think about it. Physically, she was dead. Tabitha was dead. She was asleep. She was a woman. Spiritual application, she was a church. Sleeping. Come on. Are we the anti-typical apostles today? Are we disciples of Christ today? Are we supposed to follow the examples of Christ? Are we supposed to follow the examples of Christ? Are we supposed to resurrect? Are we supposed to resurrect the sleeping churches today? I mean, are we supposed to resurrect the sleeping churches today? Are there churches that are sleeping today? Many churches are sleeping today. And we, especially the youth, especially the young people, are supposed to be resurrecting the sleeping churches today. There was a parable that the Bible talks about the 10 virgins, and there was a loud cry at midnight. A loud cry at midnight. What do you do at midnight? What is everybody doing at midnight? Sleeping. And when you're sleeping at midnight and there's a loud cry, what happens? You wake up. You wake up. We got to wake up these churches. We got to let them know that the bridegroom is coming. We got to let them know that the bridegroom is coming. So I just want to encourage you guys, man, to stay faithful. Read the Bible. We got to encourage people, and we got to let people know that the bridegroom is coming. We got to wake these churches up. And that's up to us, young people. Praise God. Praise God always. See you guys next time.